Namaste, beloved ones, and welcome to Soul Mirrors. Be amazed. And I just want to reach out and say hello to all of you. We were back on the air last week here live at Tosa Blue Mountain with all of our extraordinary beings that were with us. But this is really my first show back with all of you directly. And it is such a special show for so many reasons. So thank you for joining us. We have so much to do this evening, so much to share. And I first want to give a big love and welcome to all of you listening in at tfrlive.com. Thank you for being here and supporting Soul Mirrors Be Amazed Radio. We are honored to share this time with you every week. Similarly, I want to give a big hello and a warm hug to all of you over at onenesstalkradio.com, where I know you're chatting, you're watching and or listening. Thank you for being here with us this evening. We are also broadcasting at 2 YouTube channels this evening. You can catch us at YouTube, Oneness Talk Radio, or YouTube official Shri and Kira, where there's usually a lot of chat going on over there as well. And of course, finally, Facebook, Oneness Talk Radio. All the affiliates, including iHeartRadio, thank you for being here. And so, guys, we are in a celebration mode. And I know as I share that, I'm hearing a lot of you, like I'm almost feeling your breath go, whew, like this. And so let's relax into what that really means. And the reason I chose this graphic this evening is I don't know how many of you ever noticed before that this is the Divine Galactic Blueprint, of course, and it's superimposed over Mount Kailash and, of course, entering into the cosmic universe. But I don't know how many of you have ever noticed that right up at the top, the angel wings, do you see that? And the emission of this beautiful portal of light. Well, the reason that I wanted this to be right here this evening is because this is you. This is the opportunity before you right now. And so as I share that with you, I want to kind of dial it back just a minute and open up by saying that this is a moment of extraordinary gratitude, because as we are all arriving at this truly celebratory moment, if we allow ourselves to see it, because God knows there's enough distraction, right? But if we are really allowing ourselves to see it, this is one of those head bowing, hands in prayer position, heart opening moments that say, you mean this is me? And really owning that. Now, if you are listening in, if you are not seeing the video right now, let me share with you again that this is the 12 points of the Ascended Divine Galactic Blueprint, which you can learn all about at shriankara.com. Just go to shriankara.com and under the tab Yoga of Self-Ascension, learn about the Divine Galactic Blueprint, which is the 12-pointed system of your Ascended Presence. And as that is ignited, at the very top, when we activate all of this beautiful energy, literally we open to a wave. And it's like this endless, beautiful wave of, you could call it enlightenment, you can call it wisdom, you can call it connection, you can call it peace, you can call it freedom, because they're all the same energy. They're the energy that says, you've made it. You've remembered who you are. It's just that simple, and it's just that challenging. We are the ones that stop our own progress because we doubt, we have fear, we are afraid. And the one thing that can free us is ourselves. So this is a moment where the universe is screaming out to everyone, every being that wants to see it, and saying, you're being offered this moment right now. And if you are ready to claim it, then let's celebrate together. And so it's one of those moments. Now, as I just shared that, I literally feel my whole crown chakra being tickled. And I also want to say that it's a very personal celebratory day for Shri and I today on a lot of levels, because this is, as a matter of fact, this is our first show being broadcast from our brand new studio here at Tosa Blue Mountain Sanctuary. And so thank you, Shri. He's right on the other side of the computer producing this whole thing. He's right there. My beautiful, handsome husband. He's giving me the thumbs up, right? Say something so they know you're really there.
We love you.
We love you. I'm sure you heard that. And I want to give a shout out to two amazing women, Tammy Lawman and also out to Lisa at the Aspen Empowerment Center in Aspen, who's been on this show many times before. These two brilliant women today with Shri and I, we have co-produced this incredible webinar that you'll hear more about. We're going to launch this whole thing Valentine's Day. So you want to hang and be with us when we launch it. But I want to give a shout out to you two amazing beings of authentic radiance, and to thank all of you, our incredible community, for supporting this. Because Shri and I right now, and a lot of others that were just here at Tosa Blue Mountain, hi all of you, and especially my heart to us 10 women that sat there at the moment of the lunar eclipse, thank you. When we activate this, this is how we illuminate the planet. This is how we heal the world. So it brings me to another very special moment for tonight, that in this energy, which is starting right now today, and this, I love when this happens, January 16th, the next 9 days, the 16th through the 25th, is when the flow is building. So imagine right now that you've been on this raft, and that this river is starting to get a little more, ooh, hold on, but you're able to enjoy the ride because you've been on the river. You've been on here the whole time going, well, you know, I am ready for a little more. Well, a little more is here. And so that's the 9th through the 25th. And on the 25th, it's going to take a huge jump. And we'll talk more about that later this week. And Shri and I are going to be talking about all of this energy over this weekend. So you want to make sure you join us Saturday and Sunday. With this opening of the flow today, with this celebration of the opportunity to live, really live in the full ascended remembrance of who you are, to have that open portal, those are those angel wings. Remember, it was always Archangel Zadkiel who said, our wings are merely portals of light. And so that's why you have this beautiful portal with the wings. As we are in this moment, it is the time to remember that together we are better, and to be grateful. And this brings me back to where I began tonight. This is a moment of great celebration and a moment of great gratitude. And as I enter this extraordinary space with you this evening, remember, you can call us 517-208-1500. The phone lines are getting pretty full, but there's room. So 517-208-1500. Let us connect one together, one voice with unlimited expressions in the recognition of our gratitude. And so I am so grateful and humbled by this community, by the collective of the we, all of us on the planet right now, regardless of your thoughts or beliefs. I am grateful to all of us that are in form right now, collectively co-creating this moment. Because we've done it. We are remembering, we are the ones who are able to assist others to remember. This is a moment where this portal is open for anyone who sincerely wants to engage it. And the yoga of self-ascension is the way that Shri and I engage it. It's the mission that we've been served with, but it's not the only way to engage it. It's one voice with unlimited expressions. But the one voice is the voice that says we are not crazy. We will not be silent. We will not be dismissed. We know who we are. And because we know who we are, we understand why you're afraid of us knowing. We understand and can forgive why you have tried so hard to stop us from being who we are, why you have thrown everything at us, why you have hit us at every level you can, and yet we are here. And not only are we here, we love you so much and understand that you cannot even begin to comprehend that which you have yet to experience. So we will now stand as one voice with unlimited expressions, and we will set aside the ego that would make us think we are separate. And we are ready to celebrate that this moment is finally here. And for those of us who are fortunate enough, who are blessed enough to be part of this moment, may we really bow before all of those that have chosen not to be, because without them, we would not be here right now. We are all co-creating this. We are all doing this. That is the gift. And so I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being on this planet. I want to thank you for saying yes to simply exploring the gift of your own mastery. over the past 18 years, Sri and I are celebrating our wedding anniversary right now. Not right now, it's actually the 25th. But what I'm sharing is that we have had the gift of witnessing so many of our community members expand and flourish. And having been honored enough to share the journey of that life with them, to be there and witness and hold space and always be seeing their highest potential, that we feel so blessed when so many that have been our students are now teaching and are now the teachers. And it just, nothing makes Sri and I happier than watching your wings and your vortex open. And it's kind of a moment in our lives where we just sit back and go, wow, it's just such a gift to witness. And when Soul Mirrors became the moment of being amazed, when Soul Mirrors Be Amazed was really the show that this show has always been meant to be, there was always someone that has been around in my consciousness because she's such an incredible master. And I have had the blessing of watching her go through her ups, go through her downs, go through her moments of, oh my God, and her moments of, oh my God, right? And yet she has always been true to herself. And as all of you know, it is at our core the courage to be nakedly transparent with ourselves that awakens our authenticity. Sri and I have been teaching the path of authenticity since 2003. And when we say yes to our authenticity, and when we say, I am going to be who I am, and I know that this journey will support me. I absolutely know if I put in the effort, if I stay the course, it will expand, it will open. And so I was excited that Jess Juntenen, who I just adore, was open to co-hosting this show with me. And I kind of poked her a little bit and invited her a little bit. And of course, she has her own amazing show, Soul Fusion Cafe, that I love. And it was such a gift to share her time with her on this show, so much so that I was like, you know, Jess, you need to be on here a little more often. And it's brought us to this evening. And this evening, I am so excited to share that for many of you who are regular listeners, you know that Jess has been running the show literally while I was in India. And oh my God, did she do an amazing show, many of them. And that it is the time, that 2020, it's the time. Together we are better. And with everything I'm doing, I want my authenticity to always reflect that. And so in that spirit, in the excitement, in the celebration, I can't think of a better evening to welcome Jess Juntenen, not only as tonight's co-host, but as a permanent co-host. As part of Soul Mirrors Be Amazed, you will be seeing Jess at least once a month. And we are very excited about that. And so let's bring Jess in, because I've just been sitting here jabbing, and I'm sure that what we want to do is have us all be celebrating and continuing this conversation. And there we are. Namaste, sweetheart. Hi, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's awesome to be here. I'm so grateful to be here in 2020. We made it. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
There is a lot to celebrate, and I've been just taking in everything you've been sharing and feeling the truth in it. And I can feel collectively everybody that's with us right now in person or on the recording, like it's our time to come together more than ever and really lift for all.
I love that. And I love your garden. I love your light garden there and all of those wonderful, you know, when I first saw that, I thought those flowers were butterflies because they have such a beautiful, it's like they have this metamorphic energy around them. And your little, you know, the leaves around there, it's like, it's this beautiful alive energy. So thank you for bringing this like birthing transformation, visionary transformation through timeline adaptation into the show tonight. Yeah.
Absolutely. It reminds me of like a cosmic fairy portal.
It is. It is. Hey, lean, let them see your portal. Lean to the side.
Yeah,
there it is. Isn't that great? Don't we love that? I love that. So yeah, I got the pleasure of seeing that in the pre-show. And I was like, whoa, we've got to talk about that on air because it's
Oh,
awesome. It really is. So Jess,
thank
first
you.
and foremost, no, thank you. And that's my first and foremost is
Mm.
thank you for really keeping Soul Mirrors not only going, but expanding while I was in India. I was so grateful. I would listen into the shows. I was not there in real time because of the time difference, but thank you. And thank you for saying yes to being our regular co-host. Very exciting.
Thank you so much for having me. It's beyond, it's like really surreal. Like I was sharing before we got on. It's so real, but it's so, I don't know, multidimensional and expansive. I don't know where I am, if I'm coming or going, but this has been truly amazing. And I learned so much steering the helm during that month or 6 weeks you were gone. It was
Hey,
such a
Captain,
gift.
you did great. My goodness. I mean,
Yeah, it was
really.
wonderful. It was
It was,
wonderful. And our
you know,
community rocks. Our community really rocks.
right?
That's the thing, is this community is the best. The people that called in and were supporting during that time, it was truly such a bridge that we all were anchoring all over the globe.
Yeah. Well, and it was tangible. And that's, it brings us to this moment because here we are at this moment in January. And I have to admit that this 9-day window, this energy of celebration, it's like this is a moment where it's like, let's all go dance. I told Shri earlier this week, I'm like, we have a dance party Saturday night. I'm like, we
Oh,
are going to go down into our yoga studio. We're going to turn on the music, and you and I are going to have a dance party. And I'm really inviting everybody. That's the kind of
oh,
active, juicy, fun, let's just dance, right? I mean, and to awfully date myself, there was a song by Prince many years ago, 1999, and it was very much about, the world's going to drop any minute. And so what are my choices? I can freak out and hide under something, or I can dance my life away. And in so many ways, we are at this dance moment. I mean, are you noticing that, Jess? Are you feeling that energy?
absolutely. It's definitely that pop or drop, dance or sink
Or
to,
not?
to the abyss. Yeah.
Exactly. Sit over here. you know?
Yeah, dancing, and that it's such an expansive time. And I am noticing myself on the front lines that
Right.
it's very bipolar feeling sometimes, where it's just
Oh,
like,
well said.
woo, let's party, or oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. And
Well,
I'm experiencing that, noticing that with many, it's just really requiring us to really use all of our support and tools and take care of ourselves in new ways so that we can lift.
Well, Jess, we got to unpack that because that is exactly what's going on. And that is why I love your mug. Oh my God, show us the mug. Very
Isn't
beautiful.
it
I love the
great?
handcraft stuff. Oh, that's fabulous.
Handmade pottery.
I
Yes.
love that. I just love that. So because we're all having this, right? All of our ascended chakras are open. This portal, this angelic portal that is supported by, you see that? That's all that ascended
Yes.
master. That's the ascended realms that has opened this angelic portal that is this direct connection. So because that's available, and because the manipulated density, remember we talked about this a few months ago, it's like it's been stirred in cement and the stick is now stuck. Okay, because of that, density has got a really solid base going. And so that is the bipolar you're describing. Is the distraction having more appeal than this? And
Right.
that is the choice that everyone is making, whether they know it or not. And I really want to unpack this more because one of the things that I'm seeing in the emails, I'm seeing in the mini soul readings, and we have a lot of people waiting to talk to us. What I'm seeing, Jess, is that a lot of people are really beginning to doubt themselves. They're really beginning to believe the spin. And at the moment when, and forgive me, because I guess it really is becoming my soapbox, at the moment when we need to be seen, we need to stand up and say, we are not crazy. We are here and we are a bigger voice than you are aware of. And because of that, our voice deserves to be part of this conversation. Because if the love frequency conversation is not introduced, if the higher consciousness wisdom keepers do not show up at this table, then it's going to be a very different energy that will come forward in 2021. And so I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I love where you went. So are you having this conversation? Are you feeling this conversation?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad that we are having this discussion right now. And it feels so huge that
It is.
as you're sharing, I had like a moment yesterday where I felt that the density pull, right? And I dipped a toe in and saw some media and I
media doesn't broadcast this.
No, I love that portal and that feeling. And what I did, I went to my meditation pillow and I said, okay, you're going to sit here. But it also made me remember how important it is to do this work. So the toe dip was good because it was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, our presence matters. You've got to raise your vibration out of that fear to help what's going on, like, and, you know, and putting that into action and feel it so tangibly and so quickly when we do tap into that. But yeah, I am noticing those of us that have said yes and have been playing with bringing our mastery forward ever more. It's huge right now. It's not like, oh, I'm just gonna meditate here and there, or I'm just gonna do a few things and I'm gonna feel better like a band-aid. It's like you gotta really go for it to keep yourself lifted at this time and to keep helping the planet.
Well, so well said. I mean, so well said and so true. And, you know, a couple of things I want to comment on that you just shared because they're so valuable. They're like those little jewels we need to harvest, which is you dipped your toe in. That's actually a good thing to do. I dip the toe at least once a week. And the reason I do is because for me, it's very much about what is the level of the entrapped, manifested, manipulated energy that is in that cement pool that is pulling with a lot of force. And in the densified world, a lot of financial resources and a lot of other things. And so, okay, you cannot be the head in the sand Pollyanna. True spiritual balance, true enlightenment, you know, they all come out of the cave to teach. True enlightenment is not when you're sitting somewhere. It's when you're actively in your mastery presence, fully aware of the experience so that the choices are constantly being reaffirmed. Because we must constantly reaffirm our choice, and we are constantly in the cycle of awareness, experience, choice. And as you know, we are in the middle of an experience month. Okay, this is like a huge moment. That's why this is so huge. We are in an experience decade. So let's just first look at that. 2020 to 2029 is experience. That's a hold on and get ready. Then we're in an experience year. So the experience decade opened with an experience energy year, and we're in an experience month. I mean, it's just, there's a moment where you go, oh my God, right? And then you get it. It's this, or it's that toe dip. And it brings me back to how you handled it, because that's the mastery moment. You said, okay, I freaked myself out. Now that's when the choice is made. You had the awareness that you were dipping your toe in. You had the experience of really paying attention to how you felt. And then you made a choice. And your choice was to say, wait a minute, I have a tool. Wait a minute, this is going to help me even anchor that tool more, because look what you were just sharing. So this is the blessing of that. And I love that you're talking about that. So the other thing I want to mention is I noticed your breath early on was holding and shallow. It was very like, whereas now it's much more, And I think that's important to point out too, is that when you were talking about it, your body was still carrying the energy of it.
Fascinating. Wow.
Yeah, very.
Wow. It's just, I don't know. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by
just look at the graphic.
I'm just staring at it the whole time you're talking. Right?
This is what it's about. I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. Keep your brain over here while your consciousness is just receiving this gift, right?
Yeah, truly. Oh my goodness.
I mean, this is who I am right here. That's who we all are, right? That's it. And so it's like, own that. And when we can ignite our heart, which is what you did, right? You went in, you took a look, and then you loved yourself enough to lift up through it. Because how many people do we know are not being real with themselves, are stuck in loops right now, and are absolutely terrified? There's a lot of terrified people out there. And when we get terrified is when we will give up our soul. When we're afraid, we give up our power. And as if that's not scary enough, let's get you terrified so you'll give up your soul, so you will sell your soul. And we're seeing that happen. We're watching in real time. And so how beautiful that if that one half of the equation is manifesting, can we give ourselves the blessing of remembering that everything is in balance, that this half is also manifesting? Can we celebrate? Can we stay here? Because if we stay here, you said it earlier, Jess, this is how we heal the world.
Absolutely. And I feel that energy, and we have to spend time connecting in spaces like this and with community like this to keep reminding ourselves that this is very real, it's here, and that we're doing it together. And it really is, when I saw like the topic of the show and celebrate, and I really was reflecting, there's so much to celebrate. And even celebrating all of the goopy, gunky moments that we have that facilitated us to awaken. Like you said, we have to have the balance of those energies in order to awaken. So just celebrating every moment that got us to right here and now, and that we're all together in this community sharing. It's just fantastic. It's
right?
Unbelievable. It's so cool.
I agree. And the other thing that I find unbelievable is that I'm going to say, hey, TFR, we'll see you in 3 minutes, and stay with us. We have all these callers. We have so much more to talk about. And Jess, for everybody else, we're in bonus time. Bonus time. It's bonus time. So talk to me, baby. What's your bonus time moment today?
That's a lot of pressure.
I know.
Oh, boy.
I was like, how is she going to handle this?
My thoughts immediately went to the lake and the water energy right now. And
awesome.
How
flow. See, that's why your thought
yeah.
went there. I mean, Jess, perfect, right? Because that's it, right? What did we open the show with? We are in the start of the flow. Remember, on the 25th, it is the year of the rat, and it is the official first day that the year of the rat begins, and it's metal. This is all about water and flow. And so what is so power filled is that it started today. So
Amazing.
that's why you went to the lake. That's why you're being drawn there. You've been like gathering your resources there. That's very cool.
Absolutely. And I am finding this is the medicine that I give most people often is go outside, get outside, go be with nature and our planet, because you will remember yourself so much more easily. You will connect so much more easily. And I'm finding that it's so essential to mental, emotional, spiritual health in a bigger way. The planet is asking for us to really deepen our connection with her and our relationship with her. And I don't know, she's talking, like we've been saying those ascension symptoms since last year, where animals are talking more, everything's talking more. She's so much more vocal, and we can understand if we're open. Yeah.
I'm loving that you're bringing that up, because I've noticed recently a very heightened sense of communication with the animal kingdom in all ways. I mean, we have literally been calling the condors to our property. We now have them. They used to nest way up high on the mountain above us. Ever since we activated down at the river, a whole family moved in the big, huge, like, I don't know, 300-year-old eucalyptus trees right now. And all of the indigenous are freaking out because they don't ever do that. And this is just since we came back. And then they're flying up to Tosa, and we're literally, I'm just feeling this, this expanded energy, even in the domestic pets. And it's a very it's a moment of oneness. It's a moment where I really believe that with that veil that's been lifted, we are being gifted with like our own universal translator, and it has no boundaries unless we put that on ourselves. Have you noticed anything like that?
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, speaking of
And
those
welcome
condors,
TFR. Go ahead.
welcome back. Speaking of those
Yeah.
condors, I mean, I had one of those condors fly right past me up on the mountain there when I was
You're
working
at
in
Tosa Blue Mountain.
activating the portal. Yes, and it flew like 10 feet away from me. So that was remarkable. And you know what I'm noticing too, though, is all the sentient beings. I've always been a tree person and plant
Right.
person. I
Right.
literally went and sat with a tree the other day. And I mean, I've done this before, but I felt its heartbeat. I felt amazing for like 48 hours after spending 10 conscious minutes outside with it. And that wasn't even that long, maybe. I mean, just that everything is talking to us at a heightened level if we are open and listening.
Yeah. Well, I love that you're talking about Mother Gaia, and I want to share something with you, and then we'll jump to the phone lines over here because they're pretty full. 517-208-1500 if you want to jump in. So Jess, I wanted to share with you that Shri and I, since I love where you're going with Mother Gaia, for the first time since before we left for India, and because everyone's gone right now, we have a few people returning on Monday, but these 3 days, we have actually 3 days where it's just Shri and I and our regular
Wow.
staff. Yeah, I know, 3 whole days. And so yesterday we walked up to the caves, and I did what you were just talking about. I connected with the mother eucalyptus, the one that was burned and torched in the fire that now has all
Yeah.
this new growth, and you can see how her blood came out of her. She was so happy. I barely recognized her. And the growth and the trees, some of those baby trees you saw are now like big, huge trees. And it's been like less than a year. And as we went up to the first cave, we have the 2 caves. So the first cave is the Cave of Clarity. I went into the Cave of Clarity, and it was like stepping into a crystal cave. Like the minute I stepped through the doorway into the cave, I was like, I was sure I was standing in a crystalline cave. And the clarity
Wow.
was so incredible. And Shri said I stepped out after like a minute. I thought I was in there a year. Like it was just like getting it was just like this shoom download. But Jess, here's what Mother Gaia did. I walked down to the Cave of Creation, right? And Jess, she has, it looks like a bridal veil of flowers. This
Oh,
beautiful vine is creating. And so now you lift this veil to go into the
wow.
cave. But check it out. Here's what's even more beautiful, Jess. When I walked into the cave and I turned around, because you're staring at the Compadres Mountains, now you're looking through the veil. But I looked up, the entire it's like a big root for this huge plant was created from within the cave herself. She birthed it.
Wow.
Right?
That is amazing.
Right? And I was
Oh,
thinking about all of you that have spent all that time in the Cave of Creation, that she's giving back. And she's like making it even more protected. And I mean, I was crying. I was in the cave with just tears running down my eyes. And I walked out of the cave and I looked at the tree. He's like, well, maybe we should prune this. I'm like, do not touch this. I'm like, we have to protect this. And so now, like the way we built the Temescal, before you go into the Cave of Creation, you have to bow and gently allow Mother Gaia to welcome you into the womb. I mean, Jess,
oh, that's so
OMG,
beautiful.
right? I mean, moment of celebration. Things have just
Mm.
been, I mean, here at Tosa Blue Mountain, we have things that are blooming that are like insanely blooming. Our vegetables, we're getting 2 and 3 harvests a year. The little tree tomato, that was on its way up to the caves is
Yeah.
we're going to get a harvest. I mean, this was
Oh.
obviously planted by bird poop, that some bird ate a tree tomato, pooped there, the seed germinated. We have a tree that we're now going to harvest. So that's the celebration moment each one of us has in front of us if we allow it to
Mm.
be. And the only unique thing, there's a couple unique things, but one of them at the top of the list would be Shri and I have created a 5th dimensional sanctuary. And all of us can do that right in our heart. We can do it in our homes. We can do it when we come together. And that's when things start birthing and saying you can reverse age. You can reclaim new vitality. You can, and it doesn't matter what your linear age is. That's absolutely irrelevant. You know, it's about all of us seeing each other for who we are, just carrying that highest vision. So how does that feel? Is that what you're experiencing, Jess?
Oh, I'm so like in this beautiful painting that you're creating right now. Yes, yes, yes. That's spot on. That's beautiful. And I'm so grateful to be spending this time and connecting in this space and sharing this with everybody. That's what's available right now for each and every one of us. And even if you think for a second you lost it, you didn't. It just just keep going and keep using your tools and keep doing it, because you will connect again.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, we have, oh my goodness gracious, just about a full call board, Jess. So should we jump in? All right, we're going to jump in. Okay, I'm going right here. I see Thailand on the line. Hey, namaste, Thailand. Welcome.
Namaste, beloved Kira. Namaste, beloved Jess. This is Juntenen.
Hi, Angel.
Namaste.
I didn't know it was you. Oh, what a bonus. Well, I love that you're here tonight. Welcome, Angel.
Well, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. There's been so much expansion and so much taking place since our time in Bhutan and even over the last year. And I'm moving forward in a way that's just extraordinary. I would love to have a soul reading, a mini soul reading.
Well, I'm honored. And I know Jess and I are both feeling you in this energy of celebration. Even your voice feels like a celebration to me. And as I'm connecting with you right now, these beautiful beings, it's hard for me to describe. It's like they're making me hold my hands over my eye like this right now, because it's like they're like clear transmission is what they keep saying. And so what they want you to hear in this moment is they're saying, our divine brethren, gaze at all the books before you, for each has been revealed. And as you gather that which is in your heart now, move forward with opened eyes, stand strong with what you know is true, and all is moving forward. And so it is.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, beloved.
My whole star consciousness area, like I'm kind of like I can't really open my eyes right now. And Jess, anything you want to share with our beloved one here? Ooh, I need a minute.
Oh, just feeling the beauty of your presence, and it's like the sacred drumbeat and drums that are surrounding your being, and it's as if they're just saying, you know, your heart beats the sacred drum of the universe, and you're just so beautiful and precious. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jess. Oh, well, Ken, thank
Thank
you.
you.
We love you, honey. Thank you for being with us. Namaste. Bye, honey.
Much love.
Lots of love.
You.
Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart.
Namaste.
Namaste. Well, Jess, my heart is certainly full, and I'm almost kind of like spinning right now. How are you doing, honey?
I'm absolutely in the energy of that. It's so beautiful. My crown is exploding off. I'm definitely gone multidimensional.
You and me both. Wow. All right. Well, hey, let's go to Washington, D.C. All right. From Thailand to Washington, D.C. Namaste, Washington, D.C. Hey.
Namaste. This is Jean.
Hey, Jean. Wow. Namaste. What a blessing to have you with us this evening.
Namaste. I have so much love for you and Tree. My experience was so amazing.
Yeah.
I found myself telling everybody, showing them pictures, and they get such an uplift for my energy. It's like a whole new me.
Oh, I feel that. I mean, I know we're both like breathing that and feeling that. Wait, I just need to take in a breath, Sean.
I'm doing the same.
Yeah.
I am so decided to go to New York this weekend so I could see a partner, so I could get the bracelet. It's like I just booked my hotel for Saturday night. I can't wait to have the bracelet in my arm.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. Oh, well, please, you and Aparna get a picture together for us, for me especially. I'm going to be very selfish. Please, I'm so excited for you. Wow, wow, wow.
I would definitely do it. And if I could have a little mini soul reading, I would deeply appreciate it.
Well, first and foremost, sweetheart, I want to just publicly thank you again for the blessing of your intuition that when Shri and I were in Bhutan with you, that you handed us those beautiful angels and those Hamsa hands that turned out to be probably the most sacred gift we brought back from Bhutan. And that all of them were distributed to the people that were here New Year's Eve. There were exactly enough. And it was the 12 petals of the ascended heart and the 6 hands within the Merkaba. And so it was literally the 4th chakra. You handed us your heart when we were in Bhutan, and you handed it to us through Anam Sumanam. And so I just wanted to publicly bow before you again and say thank you, because every person in that room, there was not a dry eye, and they were wearing them immediately. They're now around the world. And so I wanted to open up your mini soul reading with that, because you have this very, I want to sit up straighter and feel like I'm bigger. This huge being behind you. And it's like this big, huge golden, I was going to use the word angel, but it's like bigger than that. It's like beyond archangelic presence. It feels very, very creative. Like, wow, like I feel like I'm flying. Like I feel like they're almost handing you like a suit that says, if you just, and it's like I feel it on my spine, and they're saying, if you relax in to that which you already are, then we are here to show you the rest of the way. And then they're lifting up their arm, and I know it's that Naga bracelet you're going to get. And they're just showing you, it's like all the doors open. It's like you raise your hand and say, I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. And all the doors open because you have stayed the course. And they're saying, now is the time of the great empowerment. Stand tall, be not afraid. And as you move forward, there are many who are moving with you. And so it is, my love. And
thank you so much. And please know I love you guys so much. And Jess, you are looking fabulous.
Isn't she amazing? You, sir. Jess, did you want to share anything with Jean?
I'm crying even as you share. I just love and appreciate you so much, sweetheart. And thank you for everything you're doing. And I can see it's like all of your inner children like gathered around you, and other children gathered around you, and you're like that shepherd, but that ascended shepherd energy. And it's so beautiful to see. Yes. Thank you for everything you've done, and traveling to Bhutan, and everything you have done for our community. I appreciate you so much, brother.
We love you, Jean, and have fun in New York. Hug Aparna for me and send me pictures.
I definitely will.
Okay. Mwah. We love you, honey. Namaste. Bye. Jess, do we have the most amazing community on the planet? I mean, let's just get real. You guys are the best, right?
We do. I think we could just have a global dance party is what we should do.
Saturday night, Shri and I told you I have a date with my husband. I am serious. I am really, you think I am not serious? I've threatened to buy it.
I know you're serious.
I'm real serious. I'm like, you know what? If we don't, number one, the body wants to say, can I be happy with you? That's part of this whole sacred union with the soul right now. Mm-hmm. And so as we bring all that together, if we move in joy-filled movement that makes us smile, that makes us feel good, if we sing to a song we enjoy, if we hum a tune, if we just can say yes and claim that celebratory energy. And, I do that every day when I'm on the treadmill. I work out an hour a day, and it's like an amazing part of my day. but to say, I'm going to consciously take this Saturday and I'm just going to go dance in celebration of the moment at hand, to spend a full hour in joy-filled celebration of the moment at hand in whatever way brings you joy. I mean, what do you think, Jess? Spend an hour in joy-filled celebration?
I think that's so absolutely perfect. And just this week, I was thinking, I need to have a dance event. I need to have
Right.
just invite people to come to a space and dance. And just, yes, it's, and it's such a cool moment. Like, we're here. We said yes to this, right? Before we were born. You're the one that's always pointing out that we stood in line and hopped up and down and said, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, we did. We kicked people out of the way.
To be here right now. And of course, everything that's going to unfold for us is unfolding. We said yes to something huge. It's happening. Trust it. And it's so cool. It is. I can't wait to see what happens as we go forward. So I love that, taking that time to feel the joy, dance, move, let the body feel that celebration, because we get way too serious sometimes. we
So
really
true. Yeah, no, that is just so true. I love that. And why don't we, speaking of getting too serious, we have all these beautiful callers over here, and I have had this one staring at me. Okay, this looks like maybe Nassau, I think it is. I think it's Nassau, New York. Hey, Nassau, New York.
Oh my goodness. Hello. Oh, I'm so excited. This is my first time calling. This is great. I got through.
You did. And I have to share with you, your line has been like, pick me, pick me. So yeah.
That was me. Yes. In my mind, I'm like, oh, how cool would be? Oh, I'm so excited. I love you guys so much. Oh, this is great.
Oh, we love you too, Angel. And we love feeling you in this moment. How can we serve you tonight?
Oh, yes. Well, I would like, if it's okay, a mini soul reading, trying to see where I stand, and, and a lot's been happening. So little mini soul reading will be wonderful.
Yeah, Angel, the first thing I want to share with you is, and I know Jess feels this too, there's like this fluttering right at the lower heart chakra. And I'm just holding that lower heart chakra right now and sending you relaxation and breath. And I'm going to invite you, I want you to just slow your breath down a little bit and breathe in your nose and bring it down to this lower heart chakra. And then, breathe that out. And as you breathe that out, I'm now paying attention to your third chakra as well. And it's so beautiful because you have this very, very soft, loving, it's like this beautiful, it's like a group, and they're just embracing you, and they're all around you, and they're just embracing you. And it's like, I see you're sitting in the middle, and your hands are kind of like on your heart, and your head is down, and they're embracing you, and they all keep saying the same thing. Never forget, we have been here the whole time. You are not alone, and we are here. And every word you say and every whisper that you send out, we are right here responding. Our hands are reaching out to you now, and feel us. And as you do, relax into the blessing that you are. And may you always know that we are always here. And I want you to just relax, because they're holding you and they're saying, we got you. You're safe, you're protected, you are heard. And just keep believing in you. Your intuition is spot on, and you have so much protection. And so when your third chakra calls, when your lower heart center is a little bit shaky, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and connect with this beautiful tribe. This is your family. And they've never left. As a matter of fact, they were part of the deal that they would always be with you. You will always have family around you. And so just know how loved you are. And thank you for being here.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't even have the words. I just have all this love. I'm so, so grateful. Truthfully. Thank you so much, Kira. You're amazing.
Oh, honey, I'm just mirroring you, my love. You are just as amazing. And Jess, is there anything you'd like to share, honey?
Oh, that was just so beautiful. And what I am seeing and can share is that they're saying, like, it's like your feet get stuck in quicksand and it's like, oh no, I'm gonna go down. But you literally can just grab this railing that's next to you and step right out. And you are the portal. Like, you are, like, you don't have to find it. Like, you are it. Yes. Like, just allow yourself to ignite and be it and keep trusting, because you're gonna fly. Absolutely. Your success is guaranteed.
Yeah. Thank you, my love.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you. Mwah. I love you both.
Mwah. We love you, honey. And I love that you got through tonight. Woohoo! Namaste. Bye, Angel. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
Blessings.
And you know, Jess, I do want to share, just because I am celebrating so many things, that, you know, starting February 3rd, I have to throw it in, the keys to ascension. You know, I'm so excited to be bringing this out to the planet. And, you know, for years, the Bhagavad Gita, which I consider to be a very non-dogmatic book, actually, I see it beyond a religious application only. But the archangelic realm, the ascended masters, I mean, I kid you not, they have like illuminated these passages. And I would write in the margins and put all this together. And 2020, it's our moment. And so I'm excited that starting February 3rd, I'm going to actually be teaching that, the keys to ascension. And so thank you for letting me talk about that for a minute.
Oh, I'm so excited. I actually wanted to talk about that tonight. And
Oh, thank you.
yes, and the day before you announced it, I mean, I've been wanting to dig into the Bhagavad Gita more. And I was like, I got to really order a copy of that. I really need to get on that. And then the next day you're like, I'm teaching this. And I was like, absolutely perfect. I love it. I cannot wait. I feel like it is going to unlock a lot of things for me personally, but for all of us. I know this is more than learning about the Bhagavad Gita. I know we're opening some massive energies. I cannot wait.
Exactly. You know, I've had a vision, and I've shared it more than once, that I have had a vision of there being a group of beings that are here at Tosa Blue Mountain in residency for like a month or two, and that we are collectively bringing through what I'm seeing very much as this cosmic course in miracles. And I am very clearly aware that this course, these keys to ascension that are coming out, are going to be the foundation of that cosmic course in miracles. That that these revelations coming through, and that the group of beings, that all of us that will be doing this together for the first time, because it's 9 weeks. And the reason it's 9 weeks is because of the 9 chapters. And so each week we're going to be, you're going to go through the chapter, read it. And then when we get together, I'm going to literally show you all of the keys to ascension and the translations that were gifted to me by the ascended masters in the archangelic realm, and a whole other book comes out. And so this is the gift of the Bhagavad Gita, is that similar to the way Sri and I wrote Sacred Union, The Journey Home, according to Archangel Zadkiel, the Bhagavad Gita was written to eternally be there. It's something that will always be here, because it is a timeless, it really is a non-dogmatic account of an energy and a way of experiencing. And you can read it at whatever level of consciousness is applied to it. It will still be resonant. It's resonant at many levels of consciousness. But when we have arrived at this moment, the keys to ascension are just saying it's now. And, you know, this for me has been a long journey. And so I am honored. I am humbled. I'm a little shaking in my shoes, but I'm excited.
Good.
Yeah.
We're always going to have that moment when we're stretching and doing something that's a little new. It's going to, yeah, It's good.
Well,
It's perfect.
it is. And this was the gift of leaving Bhutan early, because in leaving Bhutan early, all of this other stuff came in, and it was like, oh my gosh, all right, I hear you. This is the moment. This is the time. And I'm looking at how much time is left. And it's like, how does the show go this fast? How does that even begin to happen? Right. And so as we're coming together in this celebration moment, Jess, I want to go back to something you talked about earlier in the show. I want to talk about the celebration of the courage to self-correct. And let's we've got about 3 minutes left. Let's offer everyone this evening an opportunity. What do you do in those moments? So that, because there's going to be a lot of that coming in. This is a big wave. And I want to remind all of you, please tune into Shri and I all weekend. We are talking all about this. And what are you talking about on Soul Fusion Cafe next week?
Oh, a lot about this awareness. And I think that's the keystone, is to be in awareness, to catch ourselves. So to really be aware of what the thoughts are and stop. These are just thoughts. These are coming from habits or habitual orientations, and they're not maybe even my thoughts either. They might be coming from outside. So to really unhook is to really get aware. It's to really be able to witness ourselves, honor the feelings and emotions we're having, but not let them dominate and control and write our story anymore. Like, I'm aware and I see it, and now I'm going to start rewriting and re-scripting that story, and ways that we can do that. I know you guys offer so many, like the SAFE process is huge. Right? To stop, be aware, and then really just feel it for a second. Allow our body to, and honor it that it's having these feelings, and then expand through it. Yeah.
I felt that. And isn't that the greatest gift of all, is when we can allow ourselves to feel safe enough to actually look in the mirror and go, why have I denied who I really am? Why have I allowed outside voices to determine my inside voice? Maybe it's time to trust the inside voice that's ready to become the voice. And that's the moment we're at. That is this celebration. It is that unified one voice with unlimited expressions. It is the relaxing out of the ego and the relaxing into our authentic being, seeing only the highest of each being. When I see you, I see only your highest, and I know you reflect that back to me. And that's how we heal the world. And that's how we run out of time too. So Jess, how exciting to have had our first show together. Thank you for being here. If you want to connect with Jess, self-ascensionstudios.com and check out her show.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. And I love you all. ShriandKira.com. I hope you'll join us this weekend. Hey, right here, TFR Live on Saturday on Explore the Mysteries at 1 p.m. Pacific. And on Sunday, you want to grab us at Oneness Talk Radio, Shri and Kira, the voice of passionate action, at noon Pacific. We love you, Jess. Let's say goodbye. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Namaste.
We love you.
Many
Bye-bye.
blessings.
Namaste.